Okay, so if I'm sat in the office, that generally means I'm not talking about something exciting. I'm talking about tax. And this week is sadly no different. We're going to be talking about IBI tax, IBI, also known in some areas as SUMA. And this is a property tax. So welcome to episode number 202 of 2 Minute Tuesday, where we talk, sadly, about more taxes. Okay, Impuesto sobre bienes inmuebles, IBI tax. But most people, if you hear them talking about IBI, will probably say SUMA tax. And so the SUMA or the IBI tax is actually a property tax, very similar to council tax in the UK. And depending on the size and the amenities that you have at your property, depends on how much tax you pay. It's a tax that's levied by your local town hall. And the reason it's sometimes called SUMA by people is that the collection agency who collect the tax on behalf of your local town hall are called SUMA. And I think they get 1% of the collection fee, or 1% of the figure as their fee for collecting it. So you will pay it through SUMA, but actually the money will go direct to your town hall. So that is the SUMA tax. It's calculated on the cadastral value of your property. So the town halls have a complex equation, and they take the cadastral value, and some will rate it at 0.4%, some at 1.1%. It varies from town hall to town hall. The one thing worth remembering is, although it's a tax and it's got to be paid, and it's paid by not only people who live in Spain, but also if you've got a holiday home here, then it's going to be a fraction of what you would probably pay in your home country. I know that if I had a property of a similar size and similar specification in the UK, I would probably be paying at least 3 or 4 times what I pay here in Spain. So although it's a tax, I'm very happy to pay the level of tax that we pay here, and we still get great facilities from the local town hall. So how do you pay the tax? Well, the IBI tax bill comes in late summer, sort of August, September time, and has to be paid in September, October, November time. There'll be a date on the contract and on the factura, and you will see notices in newspapers, on bus stands, everywhere that the date for the money to come out of your account is coming, so that everybody is prepared to make sure that they've got the funds in their bank accounts. That's obviously if you're paying by direct debit, which is what I would advise you do. It's the simplest, easiest way to do it. You can still pay. You can take the bill. So if you have a paper bill, there will be a tear-off payment section on the bottom of it, and you can take it into your bank and pay it directly in your bank. But that involves driving into the local town, standing in the inevitably long queue that you have in banks nowadays, and getting it paid. And some SUMA offices will allow you to pay it in the office itself, or you can go onto the SUMA website, and there'll be options there for paying it, where you have to enter some data into the computer, and then it'll give you an option of paying it. Which leads nicely onto the fact what happens if you don't pay it. It's a tax, and you can't really get away without paying taxes. So if you don't pay it, there will be eventually there'll be a fine levied against you. There will be interest on the outstanding amount that will accrue. So not paying it is a false economy, because you'll end up paying more in the long run. If you continue to not pay it, then they can put an embargo on your property, and they can also make it very difficult for you to sell the property. So when you come to sell your property as an agent, or the lawyer will ask for copies of lots of your bills to make sure that everything is paid and up to date. And if we can see that there's an outstanding debt, then that will have to be settled prior to the sale, in order to allow the sale to go through. And if there's an embargo, obviously the government will need paying prior to before you get the money and maybe disappear out of the country. if you don't want to be hit with one big payment at the end of the year, you can also pay your IBI tax in instalments. So you can speak to go into the office or go online and set up an instalment payment. So you pay on a monthly basis. And of course, if people are suffering financial difficulties, rather than keeping quiet about it, go and see the town hall, go and see the staff in the SUMA office. They will be very sympathetic and they will assist you, and they will work out a payment plan to help you if you're having a difficult time. Or maybe even go and see the social services and see if there's any assistance available to you. And the final thoughts are, it's a tax that is levied by the town hall to pay for everything that we have. So, you know, the local police are paid from this, the running of the town hall, the maintenance of all the town hall buildings and things like this, and the ongoing upkeep of the area. So it's an important tax for everybody to pay. And as I said earlier in this video, it's a tax that's paid by homeowners. So it's a property tax, but it's levied whether it's your full-time home or if it's a holiday home. So everybody who owns property in Spain has to pay the tax. So that's it for this week's episode. It's never great when we're talking about taxes, but you know, we have to give the information. A lot of people, when they buy the property, wouldn't be aware that there's a property tax to pay. So it's important that we furnish all of our clients and anyone else that happens to watch these, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, that they have the information at hand so that they are informed before they make the decision to purchase here in Spain. So that's it for this week's episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Maybe something a little bit more interesting next week. And until the next episode, my details are on the screen now, so if you've got any questions, but we'll see you very shortly for the next enthralling episode of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes. Until then, have a great day. Adios. Bye-bye.